Thank you, everyone.
Already.
So we are getting started immediately. I've wasted our time, and I'm sorry for the inconvenience. I'm sincerely sorry for the inconvenience. Please let me know if you can see my screen. Please let me know if you can see my screen. Let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Thank you very much. Um, Once again, you're welcome to our first monthly webinar. And from the last exercise we had, the boot camp that we had, quite a number of persons requested that we should give a time to look into hypothesis testing because we know quite a number of us here are researcher, either student, postgraduate students, researchers, and even um, professionals, and one way or the other, so many professionals. I think in our last training we spoke about the concept of data analysis and statistical analysis. So many people can't even separate these two. So, and for those of us that are into research, tonight is going to be a very great eye opener for us. So we'll be looking at hypothesis testing. I want to manage our time very well, but I will try as much as possible not to make this one of those regular exercise whereby you don't have access to ask question. I'm not just going to present to you. I'm going to make sure that I'm going to make sure that I go straight to the point and make you understand. So I'm going to ask question at some point or the other. So please feel free to ask questions. Raise up your hand if you have question, and I'll be willing to answer you. So we are looking at hypothesis testing, just as I've said earlier, and the outline for tonight is we'll look at the introduction, speak into what hypothesis is all about. Then we'll look at few steps in hypothesis testing, uh, large samples. When do we say we have a large sample? When do we say we have a low sample? And what is the relevance of this? Excuse me, please. I want to see if people can just enter directly without. Uh, so I want to just try and make it open so that it can be easier. I wouldn't have to come back here and keep allowing people in and out. So, all right. Thank you very much. So, like I was saying, the concept here is we will look into hypothesis testing. We'll look at steps involving hypothesis testing, large sample test, small sample test, then where variance and standard deviation and confidence are. Now, my main intention is to make you understand what hypothesis is all about and how to set it correctly. I know that we are not, most of us here are not undergraduates, and for a few persons that are postgraduate students that may still get across hypothesis testing, maybe eventually we are going to look at the little way of just doing the calculations, but the focus is really how to set the hypothesis for your research. Please don't forget the intention, how to set hypothesis rightly for your research. So, what is hypothesis testing? Hypothesis testing is a decision-making process for evaluating claims about a population. I'm going to take that again. Is a decision-making process for evaluating claims about a population. So, look, what have you may set out to do any research. For instance, for people in social science, someone is saying that people that are stressed are not likely to perform better. Stressed employee are not usually motivated. I don't know. For people that are used to me, I like engagement. So I don't know if one or two persons from if one or two persons there can just okay, Mr. David, please speak. Mr. David Adebola, please speak. Let me let me hear you out so that I can know where we are. You wanted to say something, Mr. David? Hello, I thought he was raising up his hand. Okay. So,
No, sir. It's a mistake. It's a mistake, sir.
all right.
No, sir.
I just need one or two persons to remain to unmute their mic so and come along so that I can be sure I've not lost us so that we don't have to be asking. So please, I don't know if I can have two volunteers or they will unmute themselves and they will just follow through. So this will help us just walk through it. It's a teaching for me. It's not just another seminar that will just be reading slides to us. So I want to be sure people are understanding what we are trying to do. So do we have two people that want to volunteer, or I should call names? Anybody? Just unmute yourself, then we'll just continue immediately. Anybody? Okay. All right, all right. Okay. Is there anybody unmuting himself so that I can be sure we have the whole house? Anybody? No volunteer? Okay. All right, let me just continue. Let me hope you are all hearing me. So, the concept of hypothesis testing is a decision-making process for evaluating claims about a population. So, I was giving an instance of stress, the concept of stress and motivation. So you want to go out and you want to check. This is your research. This is what you're trying to find out. A lot of people have said a lot of things about the connection between stress and motivation of employee. Now you want to check that, is there any relationship, is there any connection between the stress level of an employee and his motivation level. This is your objective. This is more or less like your research question. Your objective is to check the relationship, the causal relationship between the stress level of an employee and his motivation. So you ask question, is there any relationship, or is the relationship between the stress level of an employee and the motivation, is there an association between them? You are asking a question. Then what comes next is, how do you now formulate this hypothesis? Because we are saying hypothesis is a decision making process for evaluating claims about a population. So you have to have what we call an hypothesis statement. And what do we call hypothesis? For those of us when we're in a lower level, we know that it is actually claim. When you say this is an hypothesis, it's just a claim, it's just an opinion. It has not gone through test. It has not gone through either statistical, clinical, or anything. You are just hypothesizing, that is, you are just claiming, making a claim. You are just making an assumption about something. So the population in this state now are employees. It could be a population, it could be employee of a particular institution. Let's say MTN for instance. So the population, the employee of population, especially people working in Lagos, we want to know whether there is a connection between their level of stress and their motivation level. So if we are going to do this, we must first define the population under study. See, that was what I just said. So which population am I even looking at? Is it all employee across board? No, I said no. Let me look at MTN worker in Lagos. That's not my population. That is people working with MTN in Lagos. That's my population under study. And state particular hypothesis that will be investigated. So I now know my population. So I can now have a claim that I want to test. So for instance, I can claim that there is a relationship between stress level and motivation level of MTN employee. I don't know if somebody is getting what I'm saying here now. So that's the point now. I have now make a claim. I've not done test. I've not collected sample. I've not collected data, but I'm just firstly claiming based on my assumption that, well, there is a relationship between the stress level of MTN working in Lagos employee and the motivational level. So that's not the claim. So I have stated the hypothesis. Then what do I have next? Then I will now think, at what significance level do I want to test this? Then I'll select a sample from the population. What's my population? I don't know if someone can answer fast so that I can be so sure. Our population earlier said is MTN employee in Lagos, not MTN in general. It is MTN employee. That's our population. So we cannot determine a sample size that will not be taken out of people working in MTN office in Lagos, because our focus is those people working. Because if you want to compare that with people in Osogbo and compare that with people in maybe Bayelsa, whereby there is no much day-to-day activities that naturally leads to stress. That makes sense. So our population in this context is Lagos, that is people that are working in Lagos. So we will actually collect samples from only people, MTN employee in Lagos. Then check a few other things. So then we talked about performing calculations, and we'll now do the basic statistical calculations. And fortunately for us now, we now have AI, we have software that will help us do that one via system. Having said that, the the basic definition for statistical hypothesis is a conjunction. Conjunction, in other words, can say an assumption. Like I said the other time, conjecture can be assumption, can be a claim about the population parameter. This conjecture may or may not be true. So you have to understand that when setting an hypothesis, what you are focusing on here is that you are putting down a claim that may be right or may be wrong. The problem usually for people is how to now determine what will be their null hypothesis and their alternate hypothesis. And this is what I want to drive home tonight. So if you're able to get this thing done, then your research going forward will no longer have issues. The concept of null hypothesis and alternate hypothesis. A lot of people don't understand the concept behind just setting null hypothesis and alternate hypothesis. And that's the focus of tonight's teaching. So at this stage, I would like you to pay more attention. So what is a null hypothesis? Null hypothesis is symbolized by H naught. Is a statistical hypothesis that states that there is no, please pay attention on this part, there is no difference between a parameter and a specific value, or that there is no difference between two or more parameters. Please pay attention. No difference. No difference. This is the most important thing in hypothesis testing. A lot of people, in my years of experience, a lot of people set hypothesis outside this understanding. And to make you understand better, let's look at alternate hypothesis. It symbolizes what? A specific difference between a parameter and a specific value of state. That there is a difference between two parameters. Now listen, all this English will not make you understand better if you are not a mathematician. This is what I will make you understand. You must understand the mathematical representation of hypothesis testing. Now, please follow me here, it's very important. Equal to, when you interpret your statement, your hypothesis, the equal to, this is what I call the rule of thumb, must always remain on your null hypothesis. If you look at it coming from the definition we gave, it says what? There is no difference. There is no difference. That's what it's stating. There is no difference. So, no difference mathematically means equal to. So, when you state your English, when you compose your English, when you compose the sentence, sorry, it must always, the one that means that there is no difference must always be your null hypothesis. The one that means there is no difference must always be your null hypothesis. I don't know if I will have to force a few persons out to speak. Mr. Tari Usa, Tari Usa, are you there? Tari Usa, is it Mr. or Mrs.?
Mrs. I'm yes, I'm following you.
Please don't unmute yourself at this point. Dr. Ibukolu Soji, are you there? Okay, no.
Yes, I'm here.
Mrs. Tari, please don't unmute yourself at this point. I need your engagement. And Dr. Onifade Abel, can you please unmute yourself? So let me work with these three people now. Please permit me to engage you. Do I have the floor? Can I go ahead?
I'm
Yes.
Yes.
available to be engaged. I'm available to be
Yes,
engaged.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. All right. Thank you very much. Okay, Dr. Kinde. Well, Dr. Kinde is a statistics person, so it's good that he's also here. So you can just be part of what we are doing now. Please follow me here now. Your null hypothesis, when you put all the English together, the statement, they equal to, when you now interpret it to mathematics, the equal to must remain at the null hypothesis. Now let me now return us back to the first example I gave when we were starting. I said that I want to check whether there is a relationship between stress level and what, and motivational level of an employee. Now, relationship, when you put that into English, what relationship will mean is what is equal to. Am I correct? And
Yes, sir.
according to the word of alternative hypothesis, it means opposite. So there is relationship. We only have two options here. There is a relationship and there is no relationship. If I say that my equal to must always be at H naught, that means if I want to set that particular hypothesis, what would it have been? My H naught would have been there is a relationship between work, between stress level and what's it called? A motivational level. Do you understand that part?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes.
what if my intention is to check whether there is a difference between motivational level and stress level? What do you now think will happen? You know, the statement here now is difference. Is either I say there is a difference or there is no difference, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So what will now be my null hypothesis? Let's start from there. Who wants to make a guess?
There will be not. It will be the alternative.
Oh, no, no, no. I want the null hypothesis first. I have two options here. I have there is a relationship. I have there is no relationship. Which of
The
these,
non
which of these
the non
will
There's,
be my null
will
hypothesis?
there's no relationship.
Yeah.
I don't want you to answer me because you know it before. I want us to understand from this concept of mathematics that I'm teaching currently now. Because
I think
no real,
okay because he has equal sign.
like, no difference would have been the synonyms for no difference would have been equal to,
Yeah.
and the synonyms for there is a difference would have been not equal to. I don't know if you understand this part. If you didn't understand this part, please quickly let me know. This is what I want to spend 30 minutes on. I don't mind. Because this is where the problem is. When you want to set your hypothesis in your research work,
sir, please explain this point again, please. I'm confused here.
yeah, this is where people get confused. And I'm ready to stay all the time here. When you are setting your hypothesis, in your statement, like your research statement, I've told you hypothesis is a claim. And before you continue with your test or any other thing, collection of data, you have to set your hypothesis, which is H naught and H1. H naught is called null hypothesis. H1 is called alternative hypothesis. Some people call it alternate. Did we get that? Now, when you now want to set your hypothesis, what is mostly important here is that you must be able to identify the statement that you can mathematically turn to equal to. That one that has equal to in it is what we call null hypothesis. Now, let me give you a perfect example. Okay, let me give you a perfect example. Let me give you a perfect example. Please, can you see my screen? Let me know if you can see my screen. I
Yes,
want to check
sir.
whether
Yes.
Yes, sir.
there is a difference between A and B. That is one. Number two, there is a relationship between A and B. Are we together now? So these are two different scenarios. But you agree with me that they most likely mean the same thing. Are we together?
Yes, sir. Yes,
I
sir.
have this. I have these two options here now. If I want to set hypothesis for, so this is 1 and this is 2. I want to set hypothesis for 1. I will have what I call H naught. Then I will have what I call what? H1, right? How do I determine my H naught? What does difference mean? There is a difference. You know, if you check that difference, that means E is not equal to. That means if I turn this thing to English, it will be A not equal to, sorry, you don't mind me. A not, sorry, A not equal to B. Do you agree with me? This is the English.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Now, the alternate of the opposite, alternate is opposite. The opposite of this is A is equal to B. That's what this whole thing means. Do you agree with this? But I
Yes, sir.
told you that the rule of thumb says what? Equal to must always be your H naught. So I'll just have this. It will come here. Then this will become my H naught. H naught. And this become my H1. So look at this. There is a difference between A and B. And this one is saying A is equal to B. If I want to turn this one to English, I don't have to change. Now, this is the problem most people do. It's wrong in hypothesis testing that you will use a particular English in your null hypothesis and your alternate hypothesis will be another statement. No, it's not allowed because there can be problem. We'll soon get there. So if I want to turn this one to English, now I cannot say there is no difference between A and B. Then, you know, alternate is always opposite. So I will say there is a difference between A and B. Is that clear, please?
It's clear now.
Yes, sir.
Now,
Yes, sir.
please don't unmute yourself. Use idea to not tell me your H naught and your H1 for now. You have unmute yourself. Oh, I need someone to you have mute yourself. I need someone to unmute himself and help us with this. Someone should try. Is that someone that wants to try for us? Who wants to try number 2? So what will be my H naught here now? Anybody? So we have H naught. We have H naught. Then we have H1. Now, it looks like nobody is trying to. Relationship. What does relationship mean in its actual sense? Relationship means equal to already. So I will just say there is a relationship between A and B. That's all. And my H1 will be what? There is no there is no relationship between A and B. Please, if there is noise in your place, you can help us mute yourself. Sorry. I know I'm the one that requested for this. Please, if there is a noise. Did we understand what I'm trying to say here now? Look at the second one now. You know, difference and relationship. You know, when you say difference, the same. You know, they are like almost family and friends. Who is the person speak talking there? Oh, all right. Thank you very much for muting yourself. So this is the concept. I don't know whether we understand this part. I need 1 or 2 person to let me know whether we now understand. Although we'll still take it further because
It's clear, sir. It's
it's clear.
clear, sir.
Thank you very much. Now, because this is
Sorry, sir. Please, I want to clarify something.
all right.
So it means the statement to be the one to determine what our H naught and the H1 will be.
This is where most people make the mistake. It is your statement that will determine your H naught and your H1.
Okay, sir.
Do you understand now? So you, when you
Yes.
interpret your statement, the one that has equal to, that means there is no difference at the end of the day, will not be your H naught. Is that gotten?
Okay. Yes, sir.
All right. Can
Thank
we
you.
continue?
Yes, sir.
So, but it didn't end there. Under this mathematical representation I just showed you, some of you see something like two-tailed, right tail, left tail. So that will bring us to something that we have what we call two-tailed test and one-tailed test. And two-tailed test, what do we mean by two-tailed test? Two-tailed test is that there is no interest. Another word for two-tailed test is what we call non-directional test. Non-directional test. And one tail is called directional test. And I want you to think mathematics as I'm teaching you now. Two tail, non-direction, what does it mean? It means there is no direction. That is, you are not interested between A or B. And one tail is you are interested in the direction. Let me explain further. Two tail means, for instance, I said there is no difference between A and B. You know, if there is a difference between A and B, from my interest of research, I am not interested in whether A is better than B or B is better than A. My own interest is whether there is a difference between them. So it's non-directional. Is that part gotten? Anybody?
No, sir. Sir, please can you come again?
Non-directional means you are not interested in what I call, is it superlative tense? Like better, slower. You understand that thing now? Your own interest is whether there's a difference or not. Let me use this instance. If your interest is whether there's a difference between Nigeria and America, sorry, and Ghana, you are not interested whether Nigeria is better than Ghana. Are you getting me now? Your interest is the economy of Nigeria and Ghana. Are they different or not? Are they the same or not? That is non-directional. Whether at the end of the day, Nigeria is one that is now better, you are not concerned. Whether at the end of the day, Nigeria is one that is now worse, so you are not concerned. Your own interest is, are they the same or not? Is that part got it now?
Yes, sir.
That's what we call two-tail. I don't know if there's another person who understands what I just said here. I would have loved to gain other examples, but I have other examples that we'll look into later. So the concept of two-tailed is that we are not interested whether one is better or one is lower. We are just interested in whether there's a difference or not, whether they are the same or not. While one-tailed test is interested in whether it is right or left. Right means it's better. Left means it's lesser. Should I take that again? So right is greater than, left is less than. Let me give you an instance. If my interest is to check whether Buhari performs better than, very good. In fact, I love this example. It will help us. First, let's look at two-tail first. Somebody is trying to check whether there is a difference between the performance of Buhari and Tinubu. That's two-tail. If at the end of the day the person finds out that Buhari performs better than Tinubu, you are not interested in reporting that. If you find out that Tinubu performs better than Buhari, you are not interested in that. You just want to know they are both APC. Is there a difference in their performance? Is that what got him? But somebody else came here and said, no, Tinubu performed better than Buhari. Please get me here now. How many outcomes can we have in that one? I need someone to guess. Hello, is somebody there?
Two outcomes, sir.
Two outcomes. Please mention them.
Two outcomes.
Please mention them.
The relationship and which one is better?
Which one is better? Which other one?
And the relationship.
No.
And the relationship.
No, I don't want you to.
And the difference.
No, I don't want you to use vague. I claim, this is my claim. I'm claiming now that Buhari performed better than Tinubu. That's my claim. Are you get what I'm saying? You now want to go out, you now want to go to feed and find out what are the things you can find out. One, whether Buhari performed better than Tinubu, right? That is one. Two, Whether Tinubu
Whether it will
perform better than
perform
Buhari,
better than
is that
Buhari.
true? Are we together?
Yes.
Yes,
Then there is number three.
yes.
Whether they perform the same way. They can perform the same way now. Do you
Yes, sir.
understand
Yes,
now?
sir.
So in one tale, there are three possible outcomes. In two tale, there is only two outcomes. Should I take that again?
Yes.
Yes, take it again, sir.
In
Yes,
one
sir.
tale, in two tale tests, there are only two possible outcomes. It's either they are the same or they are not the same. In one tale, it can either be better, it can be lower, or they are the same, making three.
Either increase, decrease, or
Or
equal,
the same.
or the same.
Now,
Okay.
if no, now look at it now. I said that Tinubu performed better. Sorry, my claim was what? Buhari performed better than Tinubu
Who
Abi.
perform better than Tinubu? Yes.
What if when we finally gather our data, we found out that Buhari and Tinubu performed the same way? That means I must also allow that option to be part of my hypothesis that I'm setting. Is somebody not getting it now? And you can only set null and alternate. That means one must entail the two, and one will be one. Is somebody getting me?
Yes, sir.
Is it making sense?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now let me make you understand by bringing us to let's go back to what we were using the other time. Okay, so another case study now. Claim hypothesis. Buhari. Can you see my screen? Perform better than Tinubu. Can you see my screen? Please let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
No.
sir. Yes.
All right.
Okay, it's coming now.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, what are the possible outcomes that we can find from here? One, Buhari is greater than Tinubu. Am I correct? Two,
Yes, sir.
Buhari is what? Lesser than Tinubu. Abi? Then three, Buhari
What?
Buhari
Equal
is
to
equal
Tinubu.
to Tinubu. This
Tinubu.
is where people make the mistake. Is you see, there is no much problem with two tail. The real problem is in one tail. Buhari performs better than Tinubu. That is your. Don't forget what is determining how you set your hypothesis is your focus, is your claim. Your claim already favor Buhari now. Abi now. Sure you get.
Yes, sir.
So now, in one
Yes, sir.
tail hypothesis setting, how do I now set the hypothesis? H naught and what? H1.
H1.
You know, I told you what, okay, what will be the mathematics of this? This statement, what is the mathematics? Buhari is what?
Buhari is greater than
That's greater
or
than
Tinubu is
Tinubu.
greater than, and Buhari.
Are you following me?
Why is better than
You know,
Tinubu? Yes, sir.
this is the mathematics of the claim, Abi.
Yes, sir.
So it will be for H1. So you say Buhari Buhari is greater than, I'm going to explain that, than Tinubu. And this one will not be Buhari is lesser or equal to Tinubu. Are you following me? Let me turn this thing to English. So this will be what? Buhari is not better than Tinubu. Then H naught, this H naught like that. If you get this part, you are done. You may even go, log out. The moment you understand this part, you are good to go. You may slap my face and go. This one will now be Buhari is what? Better than Tinubu. Anybody? I need to hear you. Do you understand? You know,
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Not when you say not
Yes, sir.
better, what does that mean? It could be
That's
lesser,
no.
it could be the same.
Yes.
I need you to process this part now. It could be better, it could be the same. When you say not better, sorry, it could be lower or the same. Sorry.
Same. Yes, sir.
Does it make sense now?
Yes.
Are you
Absolutely.
eh? Oh, you don't have the liberty to change English anyhow when you are setting hypothesis. Some people, the way they say Buhari is better than Tinubu here, they will now say number two, Tinubu is better than Buhari. You have created problem. You have omitted the fact that they can be the same thing. Do you understand that part now? Hello?
Right here, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes,
sir. Well
sir.
understood.
Yes,
That's
yes, yes.
that's the concept of two tail and one tail. I've always told you, statistics is not difficult. Bad teaching is. So now let's come back to where we are coming from. Now look at this concept that I have here. So right tail, when you have now right tail is greater than. I've told you that, Abi. So left tail is what? Lesser. So those English can come in different formats, but you understand
Yes, down.
when you see the word anything that looks like superlative, shey you understand? That's looking as is already one tail, is turning towards right. Now let me share the rule of thumb here with you. If you have one tail test, it will surely be your alternate hypothesis. Your claim, if your claim is one tail, it will be your alternate. That's the idea. Do you understand now? It will be your alternative. Now let's hope we'll see some examples shortly, then we'll be able to understand better. Let's hope we'll see some examples shortly. Now, good. Let's look at this example together. So you will be the one that will tell me. A medical researcher is interested in finding out whether a new medication will have any undesirable side effects. The researcher is particularly concerned with the pulse rate of the patients who take the medication. What are the hypotheses to test whether the pulse rate, so he's trying to test now whether the pulse rate will be different from the mean pulse rate of 82 beats per minute. I need someone to answer me. Is this two tail or one tail? I need someone to answer. Are we there? I hope I've not lost us.
No.
Is this two tail or one tail? Because this is where the problem is. Being able to
Two
identify.
tail.
Sir,
Two tail.
who is that?
One tail.
What's your name? Who mentioned two tail?
Because you only want to is interested in finding whether the new medication will have just the relationship, where there's relationship between the new medication and the effect on human being.
Thank you very much. What's the name, please?
Muhammad.
Muhammad. From which part of Nigeria?
From Nigeria.
This your voice is not looking like no. Thank you very much. You got it very well. You know, uh, you got it absolutely well. Because he's not interested whether it is more than 82 or is less than 82. Did we get this one now? So this is two tail. Can you try anybody here? Can you now use mathematics here to now set this hypothesis? Can somebody help me with what will be our null hypothesis here? What will be our null hypothesis here? Anybody? Please mute yourself, Dr. Mahmood. Please mute yourself, Dr. Mahmood. All right.
The pulse rate.
So that person should mute himself. Oh. Ah.
Sir, move from your own hand, sir.
Okay.
Move the person from your own hand.
All right. Oh, is Dr. Odifade good? I think we are good now. So I need someone who wants to guess what will be our H naught here now. If you want to set this hypothesis, well, we already agree that it is a two tail. How will we set the hypothesis here now? Anybody? Anybody
Sir,
wants to
let
try?
me try.
Okay, try please. What's the name, man?
Oluwayemi from Oshogbo.
All right, thank you, man. Please go ahead.
The H1 will be
No, H naught come first. H1 is alternative. H naught.
okay. H0.
That's null hypothesis.
Okay. There is no there is undesirable side effects for
Look at the second paragraph. The second paragraph is what we use. This second paragraph. This is what we should
okay.
use. Yes. The mean pulse rate of 82 beats per.
Okay. HO
Okay.
that is
H0.
Yes.
HO will be
Pulse rate.
there is no mean pulse rate of 82 beats per minute.
You see now.
Mm.
No, now,
The pulse rate will not be different.
who is that person laughing? Say your own. No, that person laughing. All right. So look at this case.
So am I right? I didn't
Sorry,
get it
sir.
right.
No, not yet.
Sorry, sir.
Look at this
Is
rate.
it the pulse
Pulse
rate
rate.
will
Pulse
not be
rate
different
mean.
from the mean
Forget all
pulse rate?
pulse rate mean is equal to 82 beats per minute. Pulse rate mean
That's one thing.
is not equal to 82 beats per minute. Shall I take that part again? You know, we are thinking mathematics first. The moment you
take
capture
it.
the math well, then you can turn it to your English. Look at
Take
it.
it again.
Pulse rate mean. Pulse rate mean. Are you get what I'm saying? Is equal to 82
Yes, sir.
beats per minute. That's what he's trying
Per
to check.
minute.
You know, he was just trying to check the undesirable side effects and the likes. So it now feels like, okay, the standard pulse rate meet is 82. So he is claiming that there is no side effect. That means the pulse rate beats will remain 82. Are we together?
Okay.
So
Yes, sir.
now let me show you the answer. Look at it. Mu is equal to 82. Alternate is not equal to 82. So if you are turning that, you know, you will not
Not
write
equal
mathematics in
to
your research. You will write direct English. Are you getting what I'm trying to say?
exactly.
Now, if I
Yes,
want
sir.
to bring that to the story, the original story, what is the story saying? He wants to check, finding out whether a new medication will have any undesirable effect. That means the moment your pulse rate changes, there is an effect. Are you following me? That is, if your pulse rate is
Yeah.
not 82, there is an effect. If your pulse rate is lesser or greater than 82, are you get what I'm
It's still
saying?
There is an
There's an
effect.
effect. But if it
yes.
is 82, that means there's no effect.
There's no effect. Yes.
So your H naught will be the medication have no side
The
effects.
side
You know, that
effects.
means the mean rate is 82. Why the H1 will be the medication has a side effect. That means the moment is greater than or less than 82, it has side effect. Please, I need you to process this part before I move on.
82. Yeah.
You know, see where so many people are making mistake with their setting of hypothesis. They just come and set it, and it doesn't have relation with the real mathematics they are going to lab to collect. Some people collect beautiful results, but in their setting of hypothesis, they were wrong. And by the time they will end up accepting one and rejecting one. Are we together?
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So let's look at another example. It's only women that are talking. They have taken the front seat. Do we still have any other person in the building that is a man? So let's look at this second case study.
Yes, I'm here.
Chemist invent, look at this. Oh, a chemist invent an additive to increase. What is his interest? To
To
increase.
increase.
So
To increase.
so
To increase.
claiming that his own additive increase, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So if the
Yes.
mean lifetime of the battery is 36 months, then his hypothesis are, so he is saying, you know, the standard lifetime of battery that are in existence are 36. So if his own battery can be more than 36, are you get what I'm
Yes.
saying? He would have
Yes, that
correct.
is
So
intention.
Yes, sir.
he would have claimed that the battery life of his own is above
It's
36.
above 36.
36.
Am I teaching? So if
Yes, sir.
to set their,
Yes, sir.
what am I going to set? I will say H naught. Battery life
Yes.
is not 36 months
It's not 36.
because, are you getting what I'm trying to say? Sorry, I'm
Okay.
wrong. I'm wrong. Battery
I
life
should be
is not
with
more than
Not
36
like that.
months.
Is
It's not more than 36 months.
36
H naught
months.
battery life is more than 36 months.
It's
Let me
more
show you.
than 36
You
months.
see now,
Yes, yes.
battery life, that's mu greater than 36. You see that this is less than or equal to, that means it's not more than 36.
Than yes, okay.
I don't know if you capture this part.
Yes.
Hello,
Yes.
house. Do you have anybody with any
yes.
Yes,
question?
sir.
Unmute yourself and ask question before I move further. As we speak, let me check some. As we speak, we are already how many minutes gone? Uh,
58.
We have 8 minutes left.
the moment this call drops, I will start a new meeting.
Ah,
Wait, hold on. I will start a new
okay.
meeting and send the link straight to our WhatsApp group. That's why I ask you to join WhatsApp group because this is not the paid version. Are we together? So the moment this call
All right, sir.
drops,
Thank you, sir.
I will send a link straight, another link to the group. You just join with that link. Did we get that, house?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. So we can continue. Anytime it drops, that's why I need our feedback. So I'll be very sure that I'm still, we are together. Are you getting something tonight, please? I want to be sure we are not wasting our time.
Yes, Doc, we are.
All
Yes,
right.
sir.
All right.
Perfectly, sir.
All right. So now, the moment the hypothesis, so this person's intention is to increase. So that's right.
If the life of the
That's the
battery.
concept. Let's check another example. A contractor wishes to lower heating bills. What is he trying to do?
Lower heating
Is it
bills.
right
Want to
tail?
lower
Is it two
heating bill.
tail or one tail?
One tail.
It's
Right.
one
Or
tail.
tail?
It's
Left.
one
So
tail.
To the left. To the left. To the left.
I love this class. I love this class. Thank you very much. You are making me happy. Now look at the word. The average monthly heating bills is what? 78. He wants to lower
Yes.
heating bill. That means his own hypothesis will be what? That his own new something is lesser than
Will be
78.
lesser than
78.
$78.
So what would be my H naught? My H naught is that his own eating something bill is not less than 78.
Lesser.
Not.
Yes, yes.
I'm happy now. It looks like we've gotten it. You cannot see the results. This is
Yes,
what we
yes,
are
yes.
doing here is just, the moment your hypothesis is properly set, in most research, you are not the one doing the analysis yourself manually. And if you set your hypothesis wrongly and you now have your results, you won't be able to control it. That's why some of us, we finish and what we are accepting is wrong. We are like, this is not what this thing is saying on feed. We didn't know we have set the wrong hypothesis. All right. So now let's assume we are now, all of us, we are master students and we have to do statistics. That's research methodology. You will have to do one or two things. So I want to quickly go a bit theoretical. I hope you understand how to set hypothesis now. So let me quickly do, I will be very fast with this
Yes, sir.
part. I'll be very fast. I've taught a few things in our last class when we had our training, our boot camp. So we should understand now. So a statistical test uses the data obtained from a sample to make a decision about whether or not the null hypothesis should be rejected or not. We understand that now. You have set your hypothesis finish now. What do you do next? You collect sample, right? Then the sample, when you are done collecting it, you now analyze it and you now have what we call statistical value. So that statistical test we are conducting, so many people will go to lab. I've seen this thing happens a lot with a lot of biochemists, microbiologists. You will spend a lot of money to do your research and you'll be doing reporting of frequency and percentage. What you are just doing is what we call descriptive, not statistical analysis. Oh, I must say something, ladies and gentlemen, please don't forget this part. When you are setting your hypothesis, always remember to add significant. Should I state that again?
Mm.
Yes. Is there a difference between 2 and 1?
Yes.
Yes.
But in context of your research, there may not be a difference. 2 and 1 may not mean any difference. You didn't understand what I just said. Let me quickly show you.
How?
Let me quickly show you. Please, let's look at these numbers. 2, 4, 6, 25, 35, 45. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have this group, would you say there's a difference between 2 and 4?
Yes, sir.
Eh?
No. No.
So
There
that
will be no.
that means 2 and 4 are the same. 2, 4, 6 are
No,
the same.
because they are units.
35, 35, 45 are the same.
Yes.
You didn't get me.
Yes.
So in context here, 2, 4, and 6, there's no significant difference. Because when you look at it here, they are within the same area.
Yes.
So,
How
so
now? I
though
didn't
there is
get.
a difference, but there is no significant difference here. How would you know? In case you want to argue with me, go and get graph and plot graph. You will see that it will put them, all of them, especially if you use 10, it will put them in the same bracket at the end of
Okay.
the day. But
Because
the
they are
diff,
units. Is it because they are units, sir?
how do I explain this thing? Okay, let me explain better. Let's look at age. Somebody can be, we have age between 1 and 100,
Mm.
right?
Yes, sir.
Is there a difference now in context? We end up grouping the age. So we have what we call teenagers, we have what we call youth, we have adult youth, abi, then we have middle age, adult youth and middle age, then we have old age, senior
They already
citizens.
adolescents, mid
Am I making
adolescent,
sense?
late adolescent, and early child.
You understand
Early.
now? Now, so in actual sense, the person that is 12 and 11, there is no difference because they will end up being in the same group. Am I making sense, man?
Yes.
So that's why the word statistics comes in. Because in the context of what you are measuring, you would have concluded that okay,
Yes, sir.
1 to 50 are in the same group, 51 to Kini are in the same group. Are you following me? So that's
Yes.
why the concept of statistical significance is very important. There may be difference, but the difference is not significant. Should I come again?
Mm.
This usually happens
1
a
minute
lot.
ago.
This usually happens a lot with people that do ANOVA. Is there anybody here that is in biological sciences? Do you have anybody here in biological sciences?
Yes, sir. I'm here, sir.
Good. Most of you will always do what we call experimental design.
Yes.
When you are done, you do ANOVA. You are now trying to do what we call post hoc. Is that difference between maybe treatment A, treatment B, treatment C,
Yes.
treatment D? Are you following me? Treatment A,
Yes.
the mean of
Yes,
treatment
sir.
A may be 2.4. The mean of treatment B, it is mean that it will collect. It won't be, you remember now, it won't be the actual values. It uses mean, we call it difference of means. Are we together? Hello? Oh, it looks like I've lost them. Okay, thank you.